can't hear me? Okay.
Yep. All right. Why don't we start with Callie?
Hey, Rick, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. So I guess, can you kind of take me through these last couple of days and the decisions that have gone on in the background, particularly how you guys handled the cancellation of practice and the game today yesterday, and then the decision to practice today, despite people trying to conserve energy still and the roads, being kind of bad?
Yeah, it's very challenging set of circumstances for everyone. With our practice facility being down, or at least it's down most of the time. It's not on the power grid that's on consistently. We thought about a way we could have a practice today, and American Airlines Center is open. It's available. It's a very small footprint in the building. We have office space here. We have to keep our players conditioning up, and so we're fortunate. We came in and were able to have a quality practice today, which was very, very necessary.
All right, Mark Followell.
Hi, Rick. Good afternoon. Obviously, Houston's been going through some rough weather situations as well. So has the league, can you share with us, has the league communicated anything to you guys about the status of Friday and the game down there?
No decision yet. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think we'll hear anything until tomorrow. Is what I am guessing. But yeah, I mean, Houston's in a very challenging situation, and in terms of the numbers, maybe more challenging than Dallas. At least yesterday, it sounded like they had more people without power than we did. So, but we'll have to see what tomorrow brings. I know that today a lot of people's power has come back on more consistently. That's happened, at home with us. We had the majority of the time power out. It would go on for 2 hours, off for 7 or 8. It was very random, unpredictable, and very challenging. And everyone's going through challenges right now. But I have not heard anything decisive on Friday's game. I know that Houston plays in Philadelphia tonight, and so we'll see what tomorrow brings.
All right, Jeff.
Hey, Rick. Good to hear from you. From the off-court perspective, as you're talking about everyone dealing with challenges in the area right now, how have you guys been there for each other, checking in? Have guys offered if someone didn't have power or something like that to come stay, things like that? How has that worked?
Yeah, there has been some, there's been a lot of that actually. Players have helped players, staff people have helped players. Christy Law, who coordinates a lot of our stuff with travel and deals with the hotels, has been able to secure some hotel rooms for our players that have not consistently had power. And so, that's been something that has helped settle things a bit. We've had to set our staff people up in some hotel situations as well. But look, that's one of the great things about this organization. The Mavs organization is resourceful, proactive, and very generous when it comes to these kinds of things. And so, we're very lucky.
Eddie.
Rick, on the weird stuffometer, are you starting to wonder what else can go wrong in this season?
All this is happening for a reason. I'm not sure what the exact reason is. you know, I don't like the public finger pointing that's going on with regard to the energy situation. You know, this should be about solutions and not blame. We all of a sudden have had two, you know, ultra extraordinary situations with a worldwide pandemic, and then an unexpected freeze, you know. And so, you know, to me, the important thing is to work through all of it. You know, always hoping for the best, but, you know, being ready for more surprises. You know, look, I don't know what they're going to be, but it sure seems like, you know, somebody's out there, you know, pulling the strings on some surprising things right now. And you know, we're as a human species, you know, we're having to make adjustments. And so, you know, one of the great things about the human spirit is, you know, ultimately, in most cases, we do a good job of helping each other, and that's what we got to do.
All right, two more. Skylar?
Rick, a basketball question. Just wondered if you could walk us through the decision to get Josh Green some playing time in the G League, and why has it been hard for him to kind of stay in the rotation with you all emphasizing defense and drafting him in part because of that?
Yeah, well, you know, he was playing when we had four of our best defenders out on COVID protocols. But with those guys back, the rotation minutes have not been there. And so, you know, I talked to Mark after the Portland game, and I just said, hey, you know, if there's a way to get Josh some playing time in the G League bubble, you know, I think it'd be a good thing. I talked to him about it yesterday. He was appreciative. I think he realizes that being on the floor and playing is something that's important at this stage of his career. He's a hard worker. He does good things. He's going to be a terrific player. But, you know, right now, Terry Hinton and Bay are having, you know, good learning experiences and good playing experiences, you know, in the G League. And, you know, for me right now, this makes a lot of sense.
All right, and the last one will be to Max.
Thank you very much. Hey, Coach. I have a bigger picture question for you. With the season how it is, with the pandemic and all the circumstances and postponed games and so on, and you've had your fair share of missing players too. At the beginning of the season, the coaches were especially afraid of what the results were of players missing many games. So I was just wondering how you think the season is going altogether, like out of your perspective. Is it good? Is it worse than you expected? Is it better than you expected? What's your opinion on that?
Are you asking just in terms of how many COVID cases and situations there have been and things like that?
Yeah, just like what the season in the pandemic looks like for you. If it's like you were expected, if you were expecting things to go, or if things are better or worse.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. You know, as we prepared to get into this, you know, we watched football, what was going on there. They had their share of issues, but were able to work through them. And I see the NBA working through issues as well. You know, the COVID cases are very unpredictable. We've got to really keep our guard up and be very vigilant in terms of, you know, masking, testing, you know, the protocols that are in place, the upgraded, more aggressive protocols that came into effect 3-4 weeks ago, whatever they were. You know, it feels like, you know, we had gotten to a stretch where you didn't hear about a lot of COVID stuff, and all of a sudden San Antonio is dealing with it on a pretty significant level. So, The league has set up this season, allowing for a high level of flexibility in the second half, with what I understand. I presume that means more time to schedule the remainder of the games, knowing that some teams are going to have a significantly greater number of games than others. And hey, I mean, all the stuff for the All-Star game is in the mix as well. That's been a polarizing topic. That's a business thing, and there are business reasons to do it. There are reasons related to status of players with contracts and stuff like that provide reasons to do it. The NBA will make the best of it. They will. I think it's stuff that creates a high level of conversation back and forth. Politicians have gotten involved on a lot of levels, and people are trying to take care of things as best they can, and so we've just got to work through everything. But if your question is it worse than I expected or better than I expected? I expected pretty much that there were going to be challenges along the way for virtually every team. And, on some level, I think that has been true, and we're 8 games from being halfway through. At least we are. I don't know what everybody else's game count is. And look, we're not certain what's gonna be happening with our Houston game on Friday. So we'll wait and see. But whatever it is, we'll deal with it. I mean, I've been through a lot of turbulent situations in my time in coaching, both as an assistant and as a head coach. Everything from pandemics to the Palace Brawl to whatever you want to call this, a historically cold, 5-day period that has basically shut down the city of Dallas. And, we're resilient. We're a resilient species. We'll figure things out, but we've just got to have our hearts in the right place and always err on the side of doing the right things.
All right. Thanks, Coach.